I frequently make the joke, because it's not a joke, but it kind of is, that YA writers are people who are still trying to deal with some of the trauma that that was visited upon them in their teen years. And I know that you wrote for an anthology, what Dear Bullies, 70 Authors Tell Their Stories in 2011. You wrote about your experience being bullied. So that's available in a piece called Strangers on a Street. Well, let me think how I want to phrase this question, but more or less the gist of it is I want to know, is that something that continues to haunt you as you write for young adults, or have you been able to divorce yourself from that? Or did things get better for you past middle school and okay, I have plenty of positive YA experiences now to draw on?
So that essay that you reference is or was the basis for that first novel I ever wrote, which was never published. It did land me my first agent, but that book never published, but it was based on that middle school experience. It was my, like, what do they call it? Nom de plume, where you're just thinly veiling your life in fiction. So that experience definitely stuck with me. And I think because I had a difficult time in middle school and struggled in high school. So 90s was very grunge, very dirty hair and flannel and all of that. And it's not who I authentically am. I was very into the music to some extent. I went to Lollapalooza and all of that, but I felt like I spent a good time of high school trying to pretend I was something that I wasn't. And now as an author, I can tap into those emotions pretty easily because I remember what that felt like, and I can lend those experiences authentically to my characters. I think if you were super happy and you look back at high school as being your peak and your golden years, I don't know, it might be hard to pull material from that if it was the happiest time of your life. So I think having an angsty, my so-called life kind of teenage experience does help me in my writing.
How do you keep your, as you get older, you're a mother now, and you get further and further from teen you, how do you keep teen you still fresh in your mind so you can draw on her when you need her?
Well, now my daughter is 10, so I'm sort of getting a teenager coming up the back end. So I'm getting a refresher course on what it feels like to be insecure and angsty and worried about what your friends think of you. So I kind of live and breathe it every day, but from the parental angle. I joke that it's every parent's curse when they say, I hope you have a kid just like you. Because now I'm watching my daughter go through the exact same experiences. So I do get to tap into those emotions fairly regularly. And I also enjoy young adult literature. I enjoy young adult movies and TV shows. So naturally, I consume a lot of that art and keep myself in that headspace.